Rivers form natural borders for many U.S. states, but these boundaries aren't as fixed as they appear on maps. Over 24 states use rivers to define portions of their borders, particularly along major waterways like the Mississippi, Ohio, and Missouri rivers. The problem is simple. Rivers move over time while state lines remain officially unchanged. This creates a conflict between legal borders and physical geography. The Mississippi River illustrates this phenomenon clearly. It currently serves as the boundary for 10 states, from Minnesota to Louisiana. Historical records show the river's course has shifted significantly since these borders were established. In some areas, the present-day river runs over a mile from its position when state boundaries were originally surveyed. Entire sections of land have effectively switched states without any official border changes. Erosion and flooding drive these geographic shifts. The Mississippi carries massive amounts of sediment daily, constantly reshaping its banks. During floods, the river can carve entirely new channels overnight. These dramatic shifts leave state borders crossing dry land where water once flowed. The legal system struggles with this disconnect. Most state boundaries were defined using the river's 1800s location. Courts generally consider these original surveys authoritative, even when the river has moved far from its historic position. This creates situations where properties physically on one side of a river legally belong to the state on the opposite bank. Consider Louisiana and Mississippi's decades-long battle over their shared border. Their boundary follows the 1812 location of the Pearl River, which has since drifted almost 2 miles west. Thousands of acres now physically in Louisiana remain technically part of Mississippi. Residents face changing tax jurisdictions, voting districts, and regulations without moving an inch. The legal principle of avulsion versus accretion determines how courts handle these cases. Gradual river movement means borders follow the new course, while sudden changes typically keep the original boundary. But distinguishing between these processes often requires complex geological analysis decades later. Surveyors face unique challenges documenting these fluid boundaries. Modern crews use GPS to track riverbank positions, but must reconcile these with historical legal descriptions. The Iowa-Illinois border shows how approaches evolve. A 2007 survey revealed over 13,000 acres had changed states due to river movement. The states compromised by using modern positions practically while maintaining the original boundary legally. Mapping these areas requires constant updates. Cartographers must choose whether to show legal boundaries or current geography, with most opting for original surveyed lines. This creates apparent discrepancies when rivers have moved significantly. The economic impacts are substantial. River boundaries affect mineral rights, fisheries, and transportation regulations. The Arkansas-Tennessee dispute over the Mississippi's movement led to conflicts over valuable oil and timber resources. Navigation rights further complicate matters. As rivers shift, shipping channels may cross between state jurisdictions. Ecological consequences also emerge. States manage their portions of boundary rivers independently, creating inconsistent environmental regulations. Wetland protections can vary dramatically across an invisible border in a continuous ecosystem. Some states have developed practical solutions. Missouri and Kentucky use the current deepest channel of the Mississippi as their working boundary, despite legal definitions based on historic positions. This approach recognizes the river's dynamic nature while providing clear demarcation. The issue extends beyond the Mississippi basin. The Rio Grande's shifts have sparked disputes between Texas and Mexico. The Red Rivers movement led to a 2016 Supreme Court case between Oklahoma and Texas. Even relatively stable rivers experience small changes that accumulate over decades. Historical records help resolve disputes. Surveyors consult old maps and explorers' journals. Mark Twain's 1850s Mississippi River notes have provided evidence in modern cases. This research helps distinguish gradual changes from sudden events. Climate change may accelerate these challenges. Increased flooding could lead to more rapid river course changes. Some models predict the Mississippi may eventually abandon its current delta entirely, fundamentally rewriting Louisiana's political geography. These disputes reveal a fundamental truth. Borders are human constructs imposed on a dynamic natural world. River boundaries seemed convenient when drawn, but nature doesn't respect political lines. Every map showing a state boundary along a river is just a snapshot of a constantly evolving system. The challenges of mapping dynamic borders lead to larger questions about geographical accuracy. If rivers can move state lines, what other assumptions about fixed boundaries might be wrong?